So today is October 20th, 2025, and this is today's trade breakdown. This is on gold on the 5 minute. And right off the bat, we see that price is breaking highs. This is the start of my session, by the way. I wake up around 7:30, and I usually look for setups around 8. That's when the New York session opens. So right off the bat, we could see that price is already breaking highs right here, breaking these highs. And for this time, I was just waiting. First, I saw this little demand setup right here. So I just marked this down. And then from here, I'm just waiting. Then I see price give us this big push. This is before 8 a.m. So right here, I just drew this other demand setup right here that I saw popped up. From there, we're just waiting again. This is what happened today. Then I see price, gold just been rallying, bro. Honestly, gold just been pushing. There's another demand setup I saw. I marked it up. And at this point, I'm just waiting for price to come back down and touch one of my zones, one of my demand zones, either this one, or this one. So then I could see if it's valid to just catch a little buy for 1-to-1 or 2-to-1. We also notice that the 3 MAs are lined up correctly, right? They're already getting in order. Right here, you see the 13 MA, the 50 MA, and the 200 MA. They're lined up in order. They're lining up as price keeps pushing. So from here, I'm just waiting. At this time, I was just waiting. This is already 8:20. From here, I'm just waiting. And then price didn't want to come back down at all. It didn't want to pull back and retest at all, bro. So from there, I'm just waiting. Then I saw this other demand setup. I also marked that up. And then from here, just waiting. But I also was marking things up on my other pairs because I trade 3 pairs. I trade NASDAQ, gold, and JBP USD. So none of those pairs, none of the zones were hitting. And none of the zones were hitting on gold either. So during this time, it's already about to be 9. We're just waiting. So today was basically just a patience game. We were just waiting most of the day. Just waiting to see if we get our confirmations that line up with our strategy to then catch potentially a good setup to make some money. So from here, I'm just waiting still. Then around 9:30, we begin to see price on gold actually pulling back and rejecting, right? And then right here, boom, at 9, well, literally at 10 a.m., price hits our first zone, pulls back and hits our first zone. So right off the back, I'm like, okay, prices are our zone, hits our first zone. I also have my alerts set up. So like I wasn't really watching the charts. I just had my alerts. Like let's say I put this line right here, boom, and then I'll just click it, right, press alert, and then I'll just add an alert basically. It won't let me do it right now because I'm recording and I'm in replay mode, but I'll just have an alert. So like that, I'm not really looking at the charts. I already marked my zones, and then I'm just waiting for my alert to get triggered. So then I could go look at the chart and see which zone got triggered. So then I could potentially look for a buy opportunity or sell opportunity. Depends what zone did it hit, whether it was a supply or demand zone. Right, so right off the back, like I said, I get my alert, price triggered my alert, it hit the zone. And then from here, I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting to see if price is gonna break this candle high or if price is gonna break the zone. So the next candle is crucial because right there we're just looking, okay, if price breaks this zone, then this zone is invalid, and we're gonna just wait to see if price touches the next zone and bounces off the 50 MA. Now if price decides to go up and breaks the candle high that's rejecting and touching the zone or demand zone, then we're gonna be getting in for buys, right? So once I saw this and it was looking like this, I sent that out to the group chat already. Then the next candle opened up. Boom. Once that candle started coming above and broke that last candle high, I sent it to the group chat. I got in on gold, and I was like, I told the group chat, I'm in buys on gold. So then whoever was awake at that time and decided to take the trade, they got in the trade. So right off the bat, this is my 1-to-1 right here. Boom. Right, so this is my 1-to-1. And then my 2-to-1 would have been right about here. In this area. Okay. So as soon as I got in, price was already pushing to the upside. So as soon as I got in, price was already about to hit our 1-to-1. So that was good. That was good. That was great. Right. After that, the next candle opened and boom, and smacked our 1-to-1 take profit, our first target, and surpassed it. So as soon as I saw price, okay, surpassing it, I closed half my trade. And I broke even. I put my stop loss at break even, basically. So boom. So now it's a risk-free trade. I already secured some profits in my pocket, half the trade, and now I'm just letting the rest do its thing. So price can either continue pushing up, hit my second target, or reject, push back down, and hit my stop loss at break even. And if it does, I lose no money because I already made some money on the trade. And now my stop loss is at entry point. So now it's no risk. It's a risk-free trade, basically. So right here, basically I was just waiting. Price ended up pushing up, and I was like, damn, okay, price is pushing in momentum. Plus, like, gold is almost at all-time highs right now. This is not all-time highs currently. All-time highs was from last week. I'll show you real quick. All-time highs was from last week over here. So I imagine, okay, gold might have the potential to actually come all the way up here to all-time highs and possibly make a new all-time highs and break this last high that it created, right? So I was aware of that, but I was, kind of skeptical about it because price been rallying all session. It's been pushing up and uptrending all session, and eventually it could, just come back down, grab liquidity, or hit this support zone right here, and then continue pushing up, right? So I was just like, you know what? I'm not gonna hold the trade for that long. So right here, once I saw price hit my second target, I closed out half of the half that I was left in the trade, right? So at target 1, I closed out half the trade, and then at target 2, I closed out half the trade, right? So now I already closed out 2 partials. I'm already in profit, and from there I decided to hold the trade, hold the rest, and see if it will hit. Well, it's not even gonna show me, but see if it will hit our take profit 3, which is like around here. All right. From there, I just waited. Price ended up hitting our take profit 3. Our take profit 3 was like around this area, and once it did, I closed out half of that what was left, right? And then I moved my stop loss. Let's say this is my stop loss. All right, I don't know if I could change the color of this. Yep. Let's say this red line is my stop loss. Let's make it bigger. Okay, so let's say this red line is my stop loss, and my stop loss was here at break even. Once take profit 2 got hit, my second target, I moved my stop loss to here, right, to the first target. So now if price decides to come back down, it's not at break even. My stop loss is at my first target, so I will get out with the original money that I would have made if I closed my full trade position at 1-to-1, right? So price kept pushing up. I saw that. So now I moved my stop loss here. to the bottom of this candle that touched my third target, which is 3 to 1, right? And right now, basically, there's like barely anything left in the trade because I closed out partials 3 times, and the only thing that's left in the trade is like what it was like 7 cents. I mean 70 cents per point. So I was up like $80, almost $100 at this point because I closed out the other partials up here. Once price hit my take profit 3, right? So from there, once I saw price hit our take profit 3, I closed out partials. It started rejecting a little bit, and then the next candle opened. Boom, price began rejecting, and then right here I ended up closing out. I closed out the full trade like around this area right here. Once I saw price, okay, started coming back down, I closed out the full trade, right? And then that was basically today's trade setup. Let me see, put this back how it was. Bum, bum, and yeah, that was basically today's trade setup. Hit our first target, close out partials. Hit our second target, close out partials. I moved my stop loss to 1 to 1. Hit our third target, I close out another partials, and then I try to hold to see if price will continue going up. Because like I said, you know, it's not that all-time highs from this week. It's there's still all-time highs from last week that had to get broken on gold. But since I saw price rejecting with this candle, I decided to close out my full position there. And yeah, and then from there, price honestly just kept going. Boom, it kept pushing, and it eventually created, I think, a new all-time highs. I'm not sure if it did yet, but yeah, this is where price is at right now, currently as we speak. Well, as I'm making this video. So look, price kind of came up to the all-time highs right here, to this line that we drew. Well, yeah, basically, yeah, it created a new all-time highs. Well, it kind of touched it basically. So yeah, I could have held it for longer, but I was not trying to stay in the trade that long because right here price could have easily came back down, rejected, and hit our stop loss, which was literally underneath this candle. So it would have made no sense. I would have just closed out when price is up here and make the most of the trade, in case price decided to come back down and hit our stop loss. But it ended up rejecting a little bit and then continuing going up. So I would have made a little bit more money if I hold that last runner that I left, but it's cool. And yeah, that was today's trade. Basically, we got a little 1 or 2, a little bit over 1 or 2 target. Well, 2 or 3 third target hit, so that was cool. And this is what happened today. I have it right here. So far we up $1,200 for the week, and this is the trade that we made today. Made $513 for the day. And as you can see right here, I closed out, I think this was the first trade I closed out, then the second one at 2 to 1, then the third one, and then this is the last one that I was holding to see if price will continue to go up on gold, but it didn't, so I just closed out with $78, and the total came out to be $513 for the day. And this was literally in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 candles. So that was literally like 25 minutes. So in 25 minutes, we made an average of 500, which is like a part-time check that somebody will make in a week working a part-time, maybe a full-time, depends how much you get paid. But yeah, that's today's trade breakdown. Let me know what other type of videos you guys want to see. If you guys have any questions too, of to cover other topics like psychology wise, or just certain questions that you don't understand on the strategy, or just psychology wise, just comment down below. Let me know what other type of videos you would like to see besides the trade breakdowns. But yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow. We catch another win. I'll be breaking down that trade as well, whether it's a winner or a loser. And yeah, till next time.